Have you ever felt like a woman is trying to get your attention, but she's being very subtle about it? As much as we'd love for the object of our affection to walk right up to us and declare their interest, it rarely happens that way. Often, a woman who likes you will send small signals subtly conveying that she wants you to notice her and make a move. Since these signs can be easy to miss, it's important to watch for them if you don't want a great opportunity slipping through your fingers. Welcome to The Woman Signals, everyone. If you just found out this channel, make sure to subscribe to get more tips and tricks about dating advice. Let's explore the top 5 secret, subtle things women do when they want you to notice them and kickstart that first conversation. 1. She holds eye contact a beat longer. Want to know if a woman is interested in you? Pay attention to her eyes. When you're in public, like a bookstore or coffee shop, notice who glances your way repeatedly. Now, brief eye contact with strangers is normal. But if a woman looks your way, then locks eyes and holds her gaze a bit longer than usual before glancing away shyly, that signals attraction. This type of prolonged eye contact creates an invisible bond between you two, allowing romantic excitement and possibility to build, even from across the room. Through just the eyes, you can convey deep longing and intrigue. So look for the women who hold your stare an extra beat. When she does, smile warmly back at her to indicate you're receptive. If she returns your smile, seize that moment to approach and introduce yourself with an icebreaker like asking what she'd recommend ordering. Early on, compliment her eyes specifically so she knows you noticed her initial eye flirtation. This makes your interest clear while flattering her gorgeous gaze. Mastering the ability to gauge initial attraction through extended eye contact will help you identify women secretly hoping you'll come over. You'll confidently recognize the subtle difference between a polite glance versus an intrigued stare inviting you to make a move. So sharpen your eye contact radar the next time you're out. Locking eyes could unlock the first step to an amazing connection. 2. She brushes up on you, accidentally. Here's a 300-word rewrite. Have you ever noticed in crowded spaces like trains or elevators that a woman accidentally brushes up against you as she passes by? When someone we're attracted to makes physical contact, even lightly, it immediately grabs our interest. So pay close attention if a woman gently grazes your arm, shoulder, or back in tight quarters. Often, these seemingly unintentional body brushes are actually strategic moves to subtly connect and get your attention. Notice if she holds the touch for a few extra seconds or glances back to gauge your reaction. If the contact was intentional flirtation, reciprocate gently, maybe return a light touch on her arm as you squeeze by. When you make fleeting physical contact back, it builds tension and connection. To start a conversation after this electric flirtatious touch, politely tell her she looks familiar and ask if she works in the area. This opens the door to introduce yourselves and confirm if you both felt sparks. It allows you to transition the accidental body contact into more overt mutual interest. So next time you're in a crowded space, pay close attention to any ladies initiating subtle physical contact. If she repeats the unintentional grazes or caresses your touch in return, you can be confident she's intentionally flirting. Reciprocity then opens the door to conversation and seeing if the chemistry merits exchanging numbers. 3. She shows up in your orbit repeatedly. Have you ever noticed that you keep seeing the same attractive woman popping up in your surroundings? Maybe you've spotted her at your gym several times despite rarely going before. Or you mentioned to your friend about a hottie you saw in the electronics store, and suddenly he points her out when you're at the movies that weekend. When an alluring woman somehow ends up in your orbit and vicinity far more often than pure coincidence would explain, it's because she intentionally maneuvered herself there. If she overheard you'll be at a certain bar, she and her friends may suddenly decide on a spontaneous girls' night out at that very place. The truth is she's putting herself in your path and vicinity over and over again because she's intrigued and hoping you'll eventually approach. But many guys miss these serendipitous run-ins and fail to seize the moment. So next time you notice a standout woman somehow appearing in your surroundings repeatedly, boldly walk up to her. Casually say something like, "Sorry, but you look so familiar. Have we met somewhere before?" When she answers, reference having seen her earlier at a specific location. This builds instant familiarity and common ground, allowing you to segue smoothly into finally introducing yourselves. Leverage those coincidental sightings to ignite natural conversation. Flirtatiously ask if she's been secretly stalking you. Tell her you're flattered to have attracted the attention of such an intriguing woman. If vibes are mutual, suggest exchanging numbers so you can plan getting acquainted in a more formal date setting. Four. Her friends smile and whisper about you. Want to know if a woman is into you? Pay just as much attention to how her friends behave as her own body language. Here's a secret signal. When a girl notices someone she's attracted to, she'll quickly point him out to her friends. If they agree you seem cute, cool, and approachable, the friends will usually smile, giggle, or whisper their approval. So scan groups of women where you notice one glancing your way repeatedly. If her friends are smiling, waving, saying hi, or otherwise signaling you seem like a friendly, desirable guy, it's a green light that initial attention is mutual. Approach the group confidently and say you couldn't help but notice them noticing you. Introduce yourself in a friendly, non-cocky way and make casual small talk. Ask an icebreaker question like whether they come here often or their opinions on the menu drinks. Compliment the body language of the specific girl who caught your eye first. Tell her directly but warmly that you'd love to keep chatting with her, specifically if she's interested. Take the initiative to see if she wants to break off from the group for a more intimate one-on-one conversation. Her friend's interest confirms she was hoping you would come over. Reading the positive social cues from both the woman herself and her friend group allows you to approach comfortably, knowing your interest is reciprocated. So use her friend's reactions as a secret indicator that she wants you to make a move and start a flirtatious conversation. 5. She asks you lots of questions about yourself. When an attractive woman you've just met seems eager to keep the conversation going by asking lots of questions about you, take it as a solid sign of interest. While getting to know someone new, we're naturally curious about people we feel attraction and chemistry towards. So if she's probing with questions like what's your job, where are you from originally, what hobbies you enjoy, and other questions digging for details about your life, it's often her way of gathering intel to see if you're single and a good match. She'll try to keep the talk focused on you instead of sharing as much about herself initially. Look for women who seem excited to learn random facts like your zodiac sign, favorite sports team, where you like to travel, and other lifestyle minutiae. While it may feel like everyday small talk, her enthusiasm reveals she's attempting to connect and searching for compatibility clues. When you meet someone who seems highly intrigued about the specifics of your world, reciprocate by asking thoughtful questions back to keep the dialogue flowing. Also express outright that you're enjoying the conversation and would love to continue it over dinner or coffee soon. If she readily agrees, her eagerness to learn more about you confirms her romantic interest. So recognize that quest to get to know the real you is often a woman's biggest green light, signaling she wants to date you. Noticing these subtle signs that someone is interested in you romantically takes a bit of social awareness and attention to detail. But recognizing when a woman is secretly trying to get your attention gives you the confidence to approach her respectfully, so you can determine if the chemistry is mutual. Next time you suspect she's loitering in your line of sight, encouraging her friends to give you signals or finding other indirect ways to connect, boldly but politely initiate contact. You could be letting a potential soulmate slip away simply due to fear of misreading the signs. So maximize your opportunities by acknowledging her subtle signals. Maintain strong eye contact if she's staring from afar. Move in a bit closer if she's repeatedly in your proximity. Smile or introduce yourself to her friends if they're whispering about you. Ask thoughtful questions if she engages you in ongoing conversation. Once rapport is established, do exchanging numbers to continue getting to know each other over more intimate FaceTime. With a confident yet caring approach, secret mutual crushes can transform into overt mutual affection. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. We're always eager to hear about your thoughts and experiences, so please share them in the comments section below. If you think your friends could benefit from the advice in this video, feel free to share it with them. Your support encourages us to keep creating valuable content. And for those who want to go the extra mile, you can use the Super Thanks feature to show your appreciation, and we genuinely thank you for your support. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.